taxi picks me up at 5:15 and takes me to the bus station, where I'm booked on the flybus. The grizzled taxi driver, hoisting my suitcase into the trunk with a smooth maneuver, asks me where I'm going. To South Africa. Oh, really? To Johannesburg? No, to Cape Town, I reply, still in disbelief at my own words, despite the time I've had to adjust to the idea. It would be an understatement to say that the proposed meeting has been on my mind. It's reverberated in every step when I've gone out for a run. It's been in every breath of cold winter air that scraped the insides of my lungs. It's soaked the wet washcloth I used to clean my son's sticky fingers. And I've tried my best to push it out of my mind when making love to my fiancé, enjoying his warm skin against mine. After all, that would be a highly inappropriate time to be thinking about it. From the moment the destination was set, I adapted to a new calendar, before or after Cape Town. The last time I bought deodorant, I automatically deduced that I wouldn't have to buy another one until after Cape Town. Yesterday, when snuggling down with my 3-year-old son to do some painting together, spending quality time with him, BC momentarily appeased my guilt for leaving him for 10 days to travel halfway across the globe to face a man from the past, without any guarantee of the outcome. Something tells me that parents of young children are not meant to take such foolhardy decisions. That's the reason I gave up my dreams of parachuting when I fell pregnant with my son. Then again, throwing myself out of an airplane at 7,000 feet carries less emotional risk than taking a trip down memory lane with the man who turned my existence upside down. But it wasn't an unknown lunatic who tore my life apart all those years ago, who turned down the offer of medical help for me, even though I was barely conscious and vomiting convulsively, who decided instead to rape me for 2 endless hours. It was my first love. Check-in goes smoothly, but I don't trust my suitcase to follow through to my final destination. In the past, it's proven to be an adventurous traveler that jets off to Bali, instead of accompanying me to respectable conferences in Finland, for example. Don't even think about it, I mutter, and give my suitcase a stern look as it disappears behind the check-in assistant. On the other side of the window, an airplane takes off and fills the dreary morning with a thundering rumble. Ever since my son was a baby, he's had a fascination with airplanes, peering up at them through his long eyelashes and drawing contrails in the sky with white finger paint. Unsurprisingly, it was the only thing he wanted me to paint for him yesterday. I produced something that looked more like a disfigured penguin than a plane, but my son was pleased. He pointed at the painting and stated proudly, "Uncle is in an airplane." A pang of guilt shot through me. My brother is, in fact, studying overseas, but since my son doesn't understand the concept abroad, it was easier to tell him that his uncle is in an airplane. And that's the explanation he'll be fed while I'm on the other side of the globe seeking closure, instead of being in the bosom of my family, organizing the Easter egg hunt and wiping chocolate dribbles from my son's and stepdaughter's chins. Oblivious to my inner turmoil, my son, who has recently begun to confess his love to me, grabbed my face with paint-smeared hands. Tenderness welled up in his eyes as he uttered in a silky, soft voice, "Dearest Mommy." My heart ballooned inside my chest. "Yes, love?" Gazing at me through his blonde eyelashes, like butterfly wings, he said, "Never lose Halifra." Although he's reached the age of 3.5, he's still prone to talking about himself in the third person, using the mispronunciation he invented when he was still too young to say his name, Haflidi Frere, properly. Swallowing hard, I wrapped my arms around him, buried my face in the crook of his neck, and whispered that I'll never lose Haflidi Frere. Never, ever. It was the most honest love confession to ever escape my lips. Loosening my grip reluctantly, I forced myself to look him straight in the eye. "You know, Mommy will be getting on an airplane soon." His big eyes grew even wider, the dimples bouncing on his cheeks. "Can I come with?"